Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in for us to solve all of your problems. We have on the couch. It was about time we got some surfer bro representation, all the way from the beautiful shores of Southern California. Blair Socci is here. Thanks for coming, Blair.
Oh, Stav, it's great to see you.
I know.
This feels like 2017.
I know, it is crazy. We were just talking about how it's, because we met, actually, I was thinking about this. You may have been the first person who I did not know at all, like the first friend I made, with no pre-existing connections to New York whatsoever. Because we met at New York Comedy Club when I was like, my first fucking couple months in New York were
you hated it.
Were so horrible. I was subletting a room with, unbeknownst to me at the time, bed bugs. And I kept being like, remember that? And I kept being like, hey guys, I'm kind of itchy. And they're like, oh yeah, you're just getting bit by mosquitoes at the Creek in the Cave open mic. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I don't know the city. I guess they got real bad mosquitoes over there. No one else seems to be getting them this bad, but hey, I must just be sweet-blooded.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, come with me, you sweet little Greek. I'll take you to the open mics.
Yeah. We had some indoor open mics.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fucking atrocious. Subletting a room with a couple who were, were friends of ours, but just, again, in hindsight, how it was like bed bug addiction, in hindsight, they were just the most toxic couple of all time. In the throes of, they were both addicted to amphetamines. And they just like never left the apartment. And I was like, I guess this is how you make it in New York City. You just fucking stay in this apartment and hang out with your pals and I guess talk comedy.
That is the craziest welcome to New York entrance ever. But look at you now.
Look at me now, baby. I haven't had bed bugs in It's been 9 years. Yeah. It's been 9 years since I've had bed bugs. But I did freak out. There were multiple times where I would just like come home and be like, I've got bed bugs, and throw everything away. And I got a metal bed one time because I was like, well, bed bugs can't be in metal. I had no money either. That's the other thing. I was throwing away clothes. Anyway, whatever. Yeah,
but I think once you have an experience like that, like phantom forever. Like if you have a slight itch, you're like,
yeah. I went to the dermatologist. They just prescribed me like lotion.
Yeah.
They prescribed me like a specific kind of, I just had dry skin.
Right.
But
you're like, but it could be.
But it could be bed bugs. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool we have matching glasses on today.
We do. They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Mine are for sight. Yours are because you had an allergic reaction to a dog. Sorry to expose you. That's
the truth.
Yeah. And you were like, I want to look extra fuckable on the pod. None of your fans are going to want to smash if I got puffy eyes, so I got to hide them. You were saying all this stuff. You're like, the bigger the incel, the better for me, baby. That's my kind of guy. And we're like, we got a couple of those, Blair. Don't you worry.
Yeah, no, my main objective on male comedy podcasts is, how sexy can I get when I go on there? I want all those dudes to look at me and be like, I don't even hear this bitch. I don't even listen to what she has to say. Is she a model?
I'm tuning out that angelic voice.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. I get a lot of lovely feedback.
Sorry, I don't want to stoke the clay. I like your voice. I think it's very fun.
Thank you.
Sorry to stoke the feedback flames. No one be. This is what really works on the internet. Nobody be mean to Blair.
Thank you, Stav. Thank you very much. You know what's crazy about Instagram? I mean, your Instagram is like so big, you probably don't like see if anyone but like someone, if they catch me on the wrong day, usually I don't like say anything. But the other day I just wrote back, "Shut up, bitch," to a comment, and then Instagram goes, "You're suspended."
That happened to me.
I was like, I can't write "shut up, bitch" to a troll on my
That
own
happened to
page.
me, yeah. I said something about I fucked a guy's mom, and it was doing great. People were fucking
they
torching
love
him.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these guys can't handle it, and then they're like, haha, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
We'll see. And now you get auto suspended. If you have a big enough account, they'll just auto delete it and be like, watch out, you can't do that again. Literally, shut up, bitch, talking about how little a guy's dick is. It's really taken because look,
The fun out of it.
I mostly ignore, but then every once in a while you just treat yourself to calling someone a
treat
bitch.
myself. The day before my period,
Yep.
I want to say "shut up, bitch."
Yeah, and you deserve that.
Yeah, and then to me also, "shut up, bitch" is so innocuous.
Sure.
I mean, these people are like saying, they want to like string you alive.
Yeah.
Just like,
They are. It is like you have to get. They almost like make you get creative to not get like, your shit deleted.
yeah, and it's also like, but they're inside my house.
Right.
I can tell someone to shut up,
fully
bitch,
agree.
in my own home.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
absolutely can. That's a sacred right.
Right.
Is to tell someone to fuck right off. Yeah. I get the most. Yeah, I guess I've stopped, which is a shame. It was always fun. I guess that's Twitter being gone now. That was always fun, just to pick some random piece of shit, quote tweet him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
say
still
his
on
dick
there.
is small.
I'm still on there. I don't know why I'm going down with the ship, I guess.
Respect.
But yeah, I do. I just write the dumbest shit on there. I enjoy it.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
It's all about just enjoying your life.
I love to enjoy life.
Yeah. I mean, you absconded, so you were here, and it did feel like you were. It was interesting because you probably never should have come to New York. It was like it's like you were like a fucking octopus that was just like finding little puddles of water to drink. Like, you should have been in the water, but you're like, no, I love it here. You're like the most California person that's ever existed.
You know what's so funny? I swear to God, this happened last night.
Yeah.
I was like getting dinner with Irene before the show, and these two guys come up and they go, "Excuse me," to me, and they go, "Are you from California?" I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Okay, well, because I bet my friend $50, and I just lost $50."
That's crazy.
Yeah, and but everyone did say that to me when I was here. I loved it so much when I lived here.
Yeah. What? So you just wanted to come? You were like, this is my. Because another thing, an interesting thing about you, a crypto jock. People don't know this. You're like now you're doing like breathwork stuff. You're like on the beach. You're back in California. You're like Miss Mindfulness or whatever the fuck you're up to.
Miss Mindfulness.
you're just like all about like, I gotta get my shit right. I have to protect my peace. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you moved back to kind of do
to protect my peace.
just that kind of stuff. You know, you were just like, it felt like you were going through a spiritual.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know why? During COVID, it was like LA was lockdown. It was like
So you kinda
lockdown
lost
for
your
like
mind.
3 years.
I see.
I was just like in my apartment.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I guess I'll just breathe or some shit.
Are you one of those motherfuckers that can breathe in a glacier and stay warm?
I don't
Like
know.
Wim Hof?
Probably.
Is that your guy? Is Wim Hof your guy?
Yeah, Wim Hof. Hey, Wim.
Right? He's that fucking guy that just goes.
Yeah, I find him to be an interesting man. I don't know what, sitting down to dinner with him would be like.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he can fucking be in a glacier and just be chilling.
Yeah.
Do you aspire to that? No. I tried it for a second. I was like, all right, this seems to be good for you. And I did it. I was doing a show, and Bert, it was the big tour, and so he has a bunch of random shit.
Oh yeah, he like makes you guys do all these activities, right?
Yeah, it's like a summer camp you didn't know you signed up for.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought I'm doing shows, and they're like, arts and crafts, and there's fucking 8 cameras in your face. I'm like, oh, I kind of would rather, and they're like, arts and crafts. I'm like, and then they turn the camera off, and then it comes back on. And I'm like, I'm so excited to be doing arts and crafts. But I was pumped. They had a ice bath, and I was like, because I got a little into I'm not a very spiritual person, but I definitely this year got into a little bit of like self-care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my shit. I'm gonna get my mind
What kind
right.
of self-care?
Mostly exercise, eating right, some sauna. I'm a sauna guy, but
that's spiritual to you?
To me, yes, that's the closest I get to spiritualism. That's what I just realized. Is like I had 6 months of just thinking and like not worrying about anything, and I was like, the closest I got to spirituality is just like, I a couple times I would be in the sauna, total dark, just kind of be zoning out,
yeah.
and then I started watching Bosch on an Amazon Kindle Fire tablet.
Been there, pal. Huh?
So,
haven't we all?
And then to me, that felt spiritual. Like just putting on
just watching Bosch in the sauna dark.
46 minutes of Bosch in the sauna, just right. My body gets used to it.
See God.
Yeah, that's how I connect. Because Hieronymus Bosch, the thing is his code, there's a beauty to his code that we can all aspire to. It's justice and truth above all else. Whether that's his personal responsibilities, whether that's the red tape that the LAPD wants to impose upon him, whether that's just societal norms. Bosch doesn't care. The danger of himself, that's out the window.
No, Bosch lives outside the lines, baby.
Well, Bosch is for trying to find justice for the victims.
Yeah.
Everyone counts or no one counts. That's a kind of a go-to motto for Bosch.
Beautiful. And I've always said that about you, too. And that's what I've always loved about
Thank you. Thank
you. For you to find that representation on Amazon Prime is truly...
And yeah, with such a good company that I love and respect so much.
Right. But you actually are not actually a very soulful person.
Soulful, you would say.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people might not know that about you.
I guess I'm for the first time realizing I have just having this conversation because I do think spiritual shit is dumb as fuck. And then like, I think there's something to just like chilling and being with your thoughts and like, going on a nice walk and watching the sunset and being spiritual. Like, oh, hell yeah, that's sick.
I think that's what it is.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, no, because I think that a lot of it can get really weird.
Yeah.
My whole thing with everything...
Well, I'm not just... Sorry, I was going to come up with a guy who's like, well, I'm not spiritual, but I am really religious. I just love the rules, and I love feeling better than people, and I love guilt, but I don't believe in any spirituality. That's a funny guy to me, but anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No. I think that I'm not religious at all because I think it's really weird.
Were you raised religious?
Only like culturally, like
Gotcha.
the hardcore Italian thing. Like we had to do all the catechism and all the classes, and of course I took every word literally. And I was like, I have to save my family from the fiery pits of hell. It was a lot of pressure.
So you're Catholic.
Gotcha. Yeah. But then when I would like ask my parents about God, they would like immediately change the subject. Be like, what are you doing?
Interesting.
Like, we don't do that.
Oh, here. So the guy I just made up is literally your family? Like, we don't believe in anything, but we want you to feel bad. Like, we felt bad.
No, I think it's just like an Italian thing.
I think there is a cultural thing. Like, my dad clearly does not think about God ever, and he would never go to church, but when we were like, why the fuck? You're never at church. You always go watch soccer at a Greek coffee shop.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And his response was like, I went when I had to as a child, and now you go when you have to. And when that's over, I don't fucking care what you do. Like my mom, which is very interesting. My mom is not, I never thought of her as religious. Lil V, shout out to her. I never thought of her as religious, but she, I think, actually does believe in God, and it's a little sad I just don't believe in God at all. And my dad, but she never forced really us to go to church. I think she just kind of wanted us to find our own thing. But my dad, who did want us to go to church, just because it was like, you have to. He's like, I don't know why. I'm not going to think about why, but it's just something you have to do. I don't know if he thinks about God at all. He probably will be one of those. That's why people have those deathbed confessions, because it's like, I can see my dad really weirdly getting religious if he knows he's about to die. Try and sneak in a little.
Oh, sneak in a
little fucking path to heaven.
Hey, how have you been? Anyways, I'm on my way out. I actually pray a lot. I don't know to who or like it's not like a religious god or anything.
Yeah. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I like to
into
pray.
the ether.
Yeah.
Folks, we all know cats are picky. I am too, especially when it comes to the cats in my life. Be it my brother's cat, Ralph Cifaretto Halkias, or my other brother's cat, Toast Halkias, or even Eldest's cat, Sumaya.
That's right, Stav. Sumaya's a very picky cat.
She's a very picky cat. I remember we used to be roommates. That's why we used Pretty Litter for all the cats in the Stavvy Stavvy's World family. Pretty Litter has non-clumping formula. It traps odor and moisture. Very absorbent, lightweight. Gives me peace of mind. You know, it also changes color to indicate early signs of potential illnesses in our beloved cats, including urinary tract infections, not yeast infections, which the owner of Sumaya has had on his uncircumcised penis.
Yeah, she does not have yeast infection.
She does not.
I have, but she does have kidney infection, so the Pretty Litter helps us.
Pretty Litter has helped
just recognize that.
Eldest's kidney-infected cat. So Pretty Litter's amazing. You have to try it. Go to prettylitter.com/Stavvy to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/Stavvy to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. prettylitter.com/Stavvy. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. It's funny that you're both your parents were Italian or your dad's side?
My dad's 100%. My mom's Swedish.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
It's just
like my mom.
Yeah. It's just so funny to say hardcore. Again, it's like I know there are people who technically are Italian that are so LA coded, but it's just hilarious to be like, yeah, I'm Italian, bro. Oh, hey, I'm looking for Don Finucci. Yeah, actually, our families are actually engaged in a centuries-long blood feud, and I'm actually back from SoCal to kind of slit your throat.
Is that how you think I sound?
Yeah, in my head, that's how you talk.
You know what's crazy is because my parents, like, injuries do sound fake. Like, my dad got...
Hell yeah.
blasted by a stingray the other day.
Oh my God.
On top of his foot.
Holy, he almost got Steve Irwin.
Like, truly.
Wow.
But it was like on the top of his foot and it hit an artery.
Oh my God.
And so blood was like going this
gushing.
high,
Holy fuck.
like a geyser.
From a stingray?
And my brothers had to carry him to
my
like take
God.
him to the hospital, the 7-year-old man.
That's fucking
And like when I
nuts.
say that, people, it just sounds too... And then like
Yeah,
when my
yeah,
mom
yeah.
tore her Achilles wake surfing. I mean, not her Achilles, her hamstring, like 5 years ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like a woman in her 60s.
Damn.
No bindings, baby.
Damn. Wake surfing. Good for her. That's fucking nuts. Yeah. But it's just so funny to think of that, being like your dad being Italian. Just when did the family move to... How did they get to California?
Well, my dad grew up in New Jersey, and then his dad
Oh.
got transferred when he was 18 and to Orange County.
Oh, transferred where? He was in the military or just a
His
job?
job.
You don't know what it was?
No.
Any idea? Is it because it's problematic? You're like, he was
No, I think it was like mortgages.
he was
or
running
something.
a private prison, and they actually were trying to take advantage of the booming Latino community. They had locked up enough black people in Jersey, and they were like, all right, we need someone to head up the Latino division in Orange County. And your girl was like, ooh, me.
No. Wait, this is the #1 political podcast.
This is
right?
the #1 political podcast in America. Yep.
This is where you sort of get to the bottom of the
We
issues,
get to
right?
the issues. We expose our guests. We expose our guests for being Nepo baby corporate heirs to a prison fortune.
Corporate heirs to prison.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
The
incredible.
dark secret behind Blair Socci. She doesn't even talk like that. It's to keep people off the scent.
That was really good.
Thank you.
You could do a movie trailer.
Thank you. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing more voice work.
You could do a lot of it.
Thank you. Wow, what a supportive
You
friend.
could probably call them right now.
Who's
Say,
that?
listen, Pixar.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's get a new. Let's cook up something new. Girl has her period or something.
Yeah, I watched.
Turns into a panda. Isn't that one of them?
When I saw the first 5 minutes of that, I was like, this isn't really
It's
what
called
it's about,
Red.
Right? Yeah.
And she gets her brain and she turns into a giant red panda. And it's like, I mean, come on, guys. We can't, one layer of subtlety, one layer of metaphor. We can't do like, it's also like, it looks like a soaked, like it looks like a tampon raccoon.
It got dipped in a toilet full of blood. That is truly the wildest premise for a movie.
I bet you it's good too, but it's like, it's like, come on, she can't turn into a different,
Sure.
It's got to be red.
Sure, she has to be turning red. Yeah, that is really on the nose.
It's a little, it just feels like a second draft. It's not the first one. The first one's like, Madam Pussy Blood. And they're like, no, we can't say pussy or blood. Like, how about red? Okay. And then they were like, they didn't fucking massage it at all. But again, I bet it's good. You know, Pixar does a lot of good stuff.
I love it, and I'm available if you guys need my
Oh
phone
yeah,
number.
what's going on? Why aren't you like voicing like a haunted Jack in the Box?
I don't know.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I really, that's my dream to voice a haunted Jack in the Box. I would have thought more like Polly Pocket or
That's
something.
good too. But on either end of the spectrum, I'm trying to think outside the box. I could have said a cute little squirrel or something, but I said a haunted Jack in the Box.
Oh my gosh, the main thing that people comment on my shit now is that she has the same condition as RFK Jr.
Oh,
they
interesting.
just all write RFK Jr.
Really? I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't waver as much.
Disease.
Yeah,
why
does
his
he?
Voice is like that, right?
I thought he got fucking hit in the throat or something.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, I made that up then.
I don't know. He might. I don't fucking know what RFK's up to.
Oh.
He was showing his dick to some reporter. That's pretty fucking funny. By the way, who gives a fuck that Kennedy was cheating? Of course.
But it is wild, the sheer magnitude.
Yeah, I didn't.
How do you have that much time while also campaigning?
It is true. Well, that's the thing. That's where he fucked up, is trying to be president. He had an awesome life.
He had a great
Getting
gig.
all the side
gig
pussy he
going.
wants. Cheryl from fucking Curb is not going to stop him. You know what I mean? She doesn't give a fuck, really. And I believe they met while he was cheating.
Really?
I believe it's a marriage born out of cheating,
I
which
don't
is...
know anything about it, but maybe she's doing the... Maybe she's got it
You
going
think they're...
as well.
Oh, yeah, that could be an open situation.
Who knows?
How did RFK and Harold shine? Thank you for doing a little producing. No, not from her Wikipedia. They're not going to say the real story, dude. Whatever, man. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter that much. I think I don't fucking know what happened to RFK, but salute to him.
Yes, salute. Salute,
He's got
baby.
some great...
Love your voice. Incredible.
You don't have an RFK thing going at all.
Thank you.
These
Why did
people
I
are
write that?
they're internet hacks.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, thank you.
It doesn't waver, your voice.
Yeah, except for if I get tired or have too much caffeine.
Really?
Or even have one adult beverage the night before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On a hangover, you're talking
It like
like
I can get weak.
Okay.
I also scream on stage a lot.
Sure. So you have to be on vocal rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so, let's get back to the origins of the Socci family. So... Grandpa gets off work, long day at the prison, and your dad comes home.
I think it was like mortgages or something. Not
Your
the
dad got an
prison, by the
internship
way.
at the prison. He loved it.
I don't think there are any prisons in Orange County.
Oh, there's definitely prisons in Orange County.
They're probably like underground or something sinister.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and your dad just like, fuck it, I'm going to California.
Apparently he really didn't want to go, and he had like long hair and
a hippie.
sort of like that guy in Remember the Titans.
Sure, Sunshine.
Yeah, and the Sunshine. And then Because my dad's like so like type A and clean cut and all this stuff, and so it's so wild to hear that. And apparently, like he wouldn't play football because the football coach told him he had to cut his hair.
Wow.
And so so I found out where I got my stubbornness from.
Right.
Yeah.
From pops.
From pops.
Your mom's not like that? Your mom's a go with the flow type person?
No, I don't.
No, also stubborn?
Yeah, I think the whole family's really stubborn.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. So you're the most laid back one of the family, would you say?
I don't know.
Because you have all brothers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm laid back. I'm just like
I wouldn't
a really
say that
sensitive,
either.
nervous woman. You know? I laugh a lot. I have a good time, but I'm generally pretty worried.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know about what.
That's the downside to having the Cali aesthetic. Everyone thinks you're just like going with the flow, but
Yeah,
no,
and like
you're having a panic attack.
a lot of things. I don't know what about me gives that off.
What do you mean?
Besides the way I look.
Just the way you look. People are stupid. Blair, that's what you have to understand. We're trapped. We're prisoners to the most like basic like things we're putting out. We'll never escape that.
Yeah.
It would be nice if
Yeah.
people were judged by what's inside,
Sure.
but it will never happen.
Right.
So you better just kind of adapt.
Yeah.
Be pushed into the boxes society tells you to.
You know what I want to be though is that person that's like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like I want to be it's not that deep person. I'm working on it, but I would never say it out loud because that's rude and it's dismissive to other people's emotions. But in my head to myself, I want to be like, oh, it's not that deep.
Well, that's where I think you fucked up because you are fighting your nature as a jock, as a blonde jock, by like being introspective and like thinking, and you are naturally an it's not that deep, shut up nerd person.
I am.
And you're trying not to be. You know what I mean? I've seen don't think I haven't seen the real estate pictures. When you were
that's private. That is private.
23-year-old Blair, blonde as hell.
How did you even find that? Oh my god, that is secret. Okay.
That's who you are, bro. That's who you are. You shouldn't have come to New York to find yourself.
I came here to be a novelist.
A novelist?
I came here for grad school. When I met you, I was in grad school.
You were still in grad school?
I
didn't know it was novelist. I knew you were like writing.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't remember.
Accidentally started comedy.
That's so funny.
Like very oddly, like I started comedy like right when I found out about comedy. Like I had like barely ever even
Incredible.
seen it.
That's so funny.
Before I started.
Respect.
Just, like, so
what a way to make a life decision.
I definitely did not think it was a life decision when I started.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing some weird, secret, quirky thing across the country that no one was going to find out about.
I
was like living my odd Felicity.
Of course, before going back home.
Yeah.
Getting a job at the prison.
Married the banker. Married the banker living in Newport Beach.
Exactly. Which there's still time.
Maybe.
There's still novelist. I love that.
Yeah.
The waves were gnarly today. As Sebastian got on his board, he noticed. He couldn't help but thinking, maybe in the winter there'll be fresh powder as well. But for the summertime, he could only enjoy the tasty waves.
Tasty waves.
Wow. Well, had you sketched out any ideas for a novel or like what was your great novel going to be about?
I graduated, which is the most hilarious thing.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's how much I didn't know this
You
was
were
a career.
fully in classes when we met.
The whole time.
That's insane.
For 2 years.
That's fucking crazy. I truly had some idea, but I completely
forget that any of that happened or that I even have a degree.
Yeah. Like, you have an MFA, I guess?
I guess so. I guess I do. Yeah. But for what? I don't know why. For who?
So what was your final project or thesis or whatever?
I finished a collection of short stories.
Very nice. Hell yeah. Give us what was your favorite one?
Let's
go. Give me one. Give me the plot of one.
I genuinely don't
Come
even
on.
remember. It was all a blur, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like all we did was like none of us ever went home, and we were just like out like all night and never like I don't know when I did any of that writing.
Yeah.
And just doing so many shows and mics, just like comedy.
Yeah. Let me not take seriously this thousands of dollars education.
I did get an academic scholarship, but still, it was like lighting money on fire.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the dumbest
out-of-state
things
MFA
anyone's ever done.
Out-of-state MFA that you weren't like also a TA for. There's no even unless they give you like $100,000 scholarship.
I really thought that was gonna be my career.
Wow.
Like, and I was gonna.
Who did you want to pattern your life after? Like, was there a novel?
George Saunders.
George Saunders.
Whatever.
Okay.
Like, I don't
Who the fuck is he, Eldest?
He writes some novels.
Okay.
But I feel like he's most famous for short stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he started writing when he was working as like a technical writer in his like late 20s or some shit. And I think, where's he from? Like Buffalo or something?
I don't know.
What's a fucking good story of his?
I've never read any of his stories.
Oh, okay. Eldest reads.
Is like a famous one. I think it's called The Spider.
The Spider?
Something. The Spider. There was that movie with
Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man.
No.
Spider-Man 1. Okay.
Your listeners are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Oh yeah, of course. There's like a handful of like writer nerds who are so pissed right now.
Yeah,
sorry,
but you're actually super intellectual. They know that about you.
I don't know that I'm intellectual,
you
but
are.
I do
and
like.
You know a lot about politics, and you know a
I
lot about
don't
things.
really know that much about stuff.
Okay, maybe not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I used to be. Since I was 20, my knowledge of everything has been dwindling.
Yeah, when I met you, you were like on your way to the White House.
I don't know about
Things
that.
Really took a turn.
I don't know about that. Honestly, after Bernie, for real, it's like I am truly the most stereotypical Bernie bro, but after Bernie lost, I was like, who fucking cares? We're fucked. There's nothing good is ever going to happen. I'm not learning anymore about politics. And then but who gives a fuck? I did know stuff, but it's over now.
I did know stuff, but it's over.
It's all over. All my knowledge is in podcasting and stand-up comedy. Two of the most important art forms for humanity.
Yeah, but now you're like, it's so crazy. You're a comedy giant.
Relax.
You are.
Tell me I'm a fucking intellectual and a comedy giant. I can't handle this,
are.
Blair. I'm not. I'm doing fine.
It's crazy.
We're doing okay here at Stavvy's World, you know.
You're like a modern philosopher.
That's true. now finally something I can get behind. I am leading a generation with my emotional intelligence. You can't weasel out of your upbringings that easily, by the way, Blair, with compliments.
What? I did shred.
Yeah.
I surfed. I surfed for a while.
You surfed.
Then went into volleyball. I read a lot of books, and that was sort of it.
But when you say went into volleyball, you played volleyball. And
Yeah.
at fucking what, UCLA?
Yeah.
That's kind of nuts, right?
Yeah, that was.
You were like a serious volleyball player.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
It's funny to me. It is funny to me that you were.
I mean, this was like 70 years ago, but yeah, that was like my whole life.
Were you like a little jock in high school? Was that your whole personality?
I was like a jock when I came out of the womb.
Yeah.
Just like a full fucking meathead.
Yeah.
You know, like when I played because when you have older brothers, you just
They're
don't
just fucking with you.
Yeah, like it's like hand-to-hand combat. Like you're just, it's like survival every moment.
Yeah.
So like when I would then go to like play soccer with the little girls like my age, I would just like I would just literally mow bitches down like as if it was totally normal.
How many?
That's what I thought it was.
You have how many older brothers?
2 older brothers, but we lived in a neighborhood where there was 13 families with boys the same age and no girls.
Really? You were the only one or like one of a handful?
No, I was the only one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so like, and there were
13 families
with all boys the same age.
One girl.
Yeah, I mean there was like other kids and stuff. There were like there weren't any really girls my age.
Wow, who was like your who was your first like friend?
No, I mean I had girlfriends like from school and sports and stuff, but I just mean like in the neighborhood.
Gotcha.
And so it was just like this mob of, and I was just like wanted to share air with them.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I would, and like if they needed if one guy wasn't around and they needed a fourth to come play Nintendo 64, and I would just like sit there quietly like praying I got called up to the majors.
Right.
You know,
they're like, I guess we just have to throw away the N64. I guess we'll just fucking throw it in the trash.
No, they'd be like, Blair, come on.
Just pissed they had to play with you.
Yeah, and then I would be like, oh my God, don't move the controller. Don't like, you know, because that's the girl thing where you like go move the controller, turn. And I was like, okay, and then like I would go play when they were gone, and I would lose their spot where they saved and they would get so mad at me. They were like, Blair, you were playing Star Fox again when we were gone. And I'm like, that wasn't me, that was Mom. I didn't do that.
So you had to survive. You had to be physical for survival. They must have beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
A little sister
like
with two older
time.
brothers.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people, my beloved grandmother, 92 years old at this point, not the most tech savvy. So it might seem a bit odd to get her a tech adjacent gift. But Aura's digital frame is actually perfect. That's because, yes, it's tech, but it's so easy. I set it up for my beautiful grandmother. She gets a stream of pictures from me, my brothers. You know, they have wives. I show her, I don't know, pictures of Eldest. My life is empty, folks. But it's full of perfect gifts to get your loved one, and that's the Aura digital frame. You know, it's so easy to get started. And once you do, the tech is incredible. I can upload photos right from my phone in just a click. It'll even pair photos together for me, like two pictures of the same person. I mean, guys. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. My mother and grandmother have those right now in their rooms. I love them. They're a beautiful gift. Use promo code Stavvy at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Stavvy. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply. And then you started playing sports from the jump, basically?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, it was great. I mean, a lot of this stuff sounds made up.
No, I mean, I get it.
Like, I was the fastest downhill skier in California when I was 4 years old. I was
Why do they even...
by Coca-Cola.
What, you had Coca-Cola sponsorship? Wow. You were probably a cute little blonde kid.
I guess.
Perfect to drink a little Coke. Are they even supposed to give 4-year-olds Coke?
I don't know. It was like, no, what happened was it all happened accidentally, of course. Like everything, where like I was just going down the hill, but it was like a setup racing thing. And I guess they had but really I was just chasing my family trying to get down the hill so they didn't leave me.
Wow.
You know?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Your whole life. Your whole life is just trying to fucking chase your family, who's like, you know, not that interested. Like, they care, but they don't. It's not the biggest fucking concern of theirs. What's up with you? You're always trying to figure that out.
No, my parents finally saw me do stand-up for the first time at my special.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, my parents...
Your parents watch you?
No. I mean, my parents have come to Baltimore shows, and now they want to come, and it's kind of fucking annoying, to be honest with you, because it's like...
Because you're, like, talking about dick sucking and stuff?
No, actually, that I don't care about. It's them. I want to talk about them. Or, like, my family, and I'm like, come on. You're ruining my art form. It's like, you like all the little perks that have come with me doing well?
Yeah.
Then you gotta let me talk about some of the most crucial mistakes you've made in your lives. Some of the many ways you fucked me and my brothers up. I have to talk about that for the world, but I don't want you in the audience while it's happening.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah, I don't talk about my family anymore.
Now it's current events.
No. I truly hate political comedy.
Yeah. No,
just because it's just like all you hear about, and so I'm like, when going to be entertained, like that's just not what I feel like hearing about.
And plus the Babylon Bee just does it so good. How are you gonna top that shit? Yeah, no, it sucks, and it's so hard to get right. But So, because I mean, it is interesting to think about because little kids, and you actually played in college, but like so much of a little kid's life is sports.
Yeah.
And it is like, I think about that. Like I, who am not a talented athlete.
No, don't say that about my friend Stavvy. That is not true.
Okay, I'm a real.
I know you got some moves.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
But who, obviously I couldn't play on like a fucking more serious level. But when I was little, that's all I did until I legitimately got out of high school.
Right.
And then it was just like, that's out of your life completely. Was that because you played, I guess downhill skiing didn't really continue for you, but volleyball did?
I was just like, that wasn't even like a big sport for me.
You just setting records. It doesn't, you're not even trying. Like, I was just trying to get some hot cocoa.
Truly.
Yeah.
Literally. That's all I cared about.
So you must have been on volleyball teams then that was like your main sport?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to play soccer, and this is like the saddest thing. Like, I still talk to my mom about it. But my mom took me out of volleyball because like she met my dad at San Diego State, and she was like, I wanted to put you in volleyball so you'd be able to play on the beach with the boys. Like, I never could. And I was like, bitch, I could have been an Olympian.
Wow.
Like, but then I said that to Greta once, and she was like, yeah, but you would be teaching clinics in Torrey Pines right now.
Sounds like a good life. I don't know. No. Torrey Pines is nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, see?
Do you golf?
No.
I feel like you're going to get into golf, though.
No.
I feel it coming.
I'm not going to be a golf. Now, look, does riding around in the cart,
that's what I like.
getting fucked up.
Yeah, and being in nature. Manicured nature.
That seems fun doing that once, but like, I will never be a guy who cares. It's also like, I don't know. I don't want to do like just rich guy stuff that just rich guys do. That's boring to me.
What do you do that is rich guy stuff?
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
live in the same apartment.
I live in the place you've been to this place before when I had no money.
From before I left.
Yeah.
I feel like we watched like the first season of Drag Race here.
There was definitely some Drag Race watched on that. On that for sure. That
is very humble of you that you're still here.
Yeah. Well, who knows how long, but
are you going to Austin next?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get a condo right above the mothership. I'm gonna be next door neighbor. Tony has a great condo. I'm gonna be next to him. No,
I just want to go in a condo.
Yeah, I just want to do that condo life. No, I would actually. I thought about this, and I would rather probably kill myself than live in Texas.
Really?
Because it's a great visit place, but like, it's fucking hot as shit.
Yeah, it is really hot.
It's so hot. It's just like, I like a city. I like walking around. I like public transit. Like, I like Europe.
And you like to be by the Greeks.
I love being by Greeks. I also like a flight that's closer to Greece, for real. Like, it's not that hard to get to Greece from New York. New York's the best place on the East Coast.
How long does it take?
Like 7 hours. 7 hours there, 10 hours back.
Wow.
So it's not that. I mean, long. It's long, but I mean, LA is 5 hours.
You go to Greece a lot now.
I try and go every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you go? I want to go so bad.
My family's in Athens, and my godfather's on Naxos, and I try and go to a different island every time.
Well.
So I went to Kerkira this time, this island. I think
beautiful pronunciation.
It's called Corfu. I don't know why it's called Corfu in English, but
I went there once for a day on like a $700 cruise, and I got food poisoning.
Wow.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I went absolutely ham on some moussaka.
Of course.
Didn't turn out well for me, but I still enjoyed it.
That's awesome to eat that on like a beach trip.
Yeah,
because that's like a homemade like casserole.
Yeah,
it's like a heavy
so
ass. It's good, but I like to go grilled when I'm on the beach personally.
Like what? Oh, like seafood.
Seafood, meats.
Yeah.
Salad, all that kind of shit.
Sure.
What was the cruise? It was a family cruise? It was a relationship cruise?
No, it's like this cruise. I begged my mom to go with me. Like, I saw some, and it was literally like $700, like all inclusive.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And my mom the whole time, they lost her luggage. It took like 3 flights to get there. My mom was in
so just you and your mom?
Yeah, it was just me and my mom. And
then you got food poisoning.
But Corfu was tight though. Yeah. For the 8 hours we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And then you got food poisoning on a boat?
No, I got it from off the boat, but yeah.
But then you had to deal with the ramifications on a boat.
Yeah, bro. girl.
That's
just
tough.
absolutely blowing chunks.
That's
everywhere.
fucking tough.
Mom, you love this trip? Mom, isn't this tight?
Isn't this awesome?
Mom, aren't you glad we came here?
Are you glad?
Your personal floating hell.
Yeah, I mean, a cruise is atrocious.
No,
I don't know.
I'll never. I got that. Out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to ever do that again. No. And then like it is weird because like the whole point of traveling is to be able to like go to dinner and nightlife and stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's like curfew, like you're on a field trip, like you have to be back at the boat at like 5.
And then you sleep on a fucking boat.
Yeah.
Like a migrant being sex trafficked. Like it sucks. What do you? That's what you are not having a much different experience than some fucking lady in a shipping container. Is my point, and you paid thousands of dollars for it.
$700.
Oh, I'm sorry, $700, and that was probably part of the problem. If you're gonna do it, maybe chip in a couple extra bucks.
I was like 22 or something.
Yeah, fresh off the fucking volleyball
And I was like,
court.
all you can eat buffet, baby. That's my heaven. Yeah.
So, what was your most devastating volleyball loss? There must have been a few, yeah.
I had a lot of crazy stories. Like the most humiliating.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the loss. It was my personal moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was a freshman and we were playing University of Arizona and it was their senior night. So like everyone came out.
Big night.
To their entire like
Crowds going
arena,
crazy. Yeah.
like was full. The whole school was
And that's
there.
a big school.
And and they had this senior who's in Kim Glass and she's an Olympian.
Oh wow.
And amazing, huge, like 6'3", and was also on America's Next Top Model. Beautiful
Ooh,
woman.
sounds awesome. What's she up to these days?
I don't know.
Tell her I said what's up if you
I'll
see
tell
her.
And I was like at the 5-foot line and she just drills a ball off my face.
Oh
like
no.
straight down, like straight down. Like I was like so close to the net.
Tough.
Right off my face. And
Did it fuck your nose up or anything?
the entire over the loudspeaker goes Kim Glass with her career 1,000th kill. And the entire stadium stands up. And so this moment where I'm seeing stars and I'm like, don't touch your face. The whole thing is don't touch your face. So it's like acts like it's not affecting you. I can't fucking see. I don't know where I am. The moment lasts. It was like a 20-minute moment.
Yeah.
It just kept
The ovation
going
must have
on
been
and
good for you
on.
though, because that gave you time to blink it off. So you didn't have to be like, ah!
Everyone's watching.
Yeah.
It was so
Oh my
humiliating.
God.
Like the whole
Is that
thing
highlight
stood
anywhere?
up.
Kim Glass. Look up Kim Glass 1,000th. Kim Glass 1,000. 1,000 career kills. 1,000 career kill.
Eldest, type something else.
Go to video.
There's no video.
Please God, let there be video.
No, there's no video. Okay, thank God.
Wait, no. Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it wasn't. No.
Look
but it
up
was
Kim
horrible.
Glass. Kim Glass college highlights.
Oh, another thing that was like really, really embarrassing.
It's all you Team USA stuff. You're
Yeah.
lucky. You're fucking so. I'm gonna find this.
No, it's not on there.
I'm gonna do
Nobody
some
look.
fucking research.
Nobody look. There's no research.
Anyway,
No.
look up Blair. Look up Blair Socci college highlights.
No. Please don't. Thank you. Take that off. I've moved on. Why does it always say Blair Socci's husband?
Video. I don't know. They're trying to figure out who it is.
I am.
No, just
I
a
always
bunch of
have
bits. Nice. That's
Wait,
pretty
stop.
fun. Defensive specialist / libero.
Okay, please stop. This was a lifetime ago. I am an entertainment professional now.
That's entertainment.
I have given up all athletics.
Playing in front of that amount of crowd though is better than doing stand-up in front of big crowds.
Well, I'll say like there were some crazy things like when we played Nebraska, like those Midwest teams where it's like they're so all about it.
They have nothing
Their
else.
It was 16,000 people.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's got to be fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, it was really scary though.
Yeah, I see.
I was like,
Not built like me, dude. I would have been like, fa fa fa, and energized by the crowd. I would have been like, jumping higher than I
I
ever
was a
have.
freshman. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You
Freshman
know?
is kind of crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, then I went to grad school and met you.
So you were done playing volleyball and you're like, time to be a novelist?
Yeah, I was like, I'm an artist now.
I'm an artist.
You know what's funny is like when I quit volleyball, I just never thought about it again.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, I had spent my whole life. I was like, there's so many other things I want to do. I would like try out for plays, but I never had time because I had such a gnarly athletic schedule.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did you do play? You did plays, didn't you?
I did the opposite where I so clearly should have done acting.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I'm a jock. I talked about this on a recent episode. And by the way, speaking of acting, I guess I should plug. Let's Start a Cult, I believe, is out in theaters right now and coming to VOD soon. We got to do that in the beginning.
Wait, did you write the movie?
I wrote it with a couple friends, yeah.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm so excited.
I'm really excited for it. But yeah, I just talked about this. But I basically did that where I was like, I just wanted to play sports and I wanted to be a fucking jock so bad. And I was whatever I could play high school sports, but I so clearly
I know you had mad hops. I know you were getting
I can't even ironically go with.
You guys got boosties.
I got this far off the ground.
No way.
But I was a unit.
I know you could get rim.
Nah, yeah, I used to dunk.
Yeah.
No, I got cut. I probably got the cut the fastest anyone's gotten cut from a high school basketball tryout, where they did like they lined everybody up. It was just clearly like, okay, everybody who's 5'7" is cut immediately, and it was like, all right, everybody line up. We did like literally like a sprint and like a dribble, and they're like, all right, the 7 fat short white kids are gone. and then they started the real handle. They didn't even I could have been a floor general. No,
you would have run that shit like a Navy.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
That's right. But that's Baltimore Polytechnic Institute's loss.
Right.
But then
now you're like the face of Baltimore sports.
Yeah.
So you should.
That is true. Maybe I should try and make the Ravens.
You should send a little note to your high school coach and say, "Look at me now, bitch."
Yeah. Well, I did play football. Okay.
Right.
So they know I had some athletic ability.
Baltimore accent comes out.
I wrestled. I played lacrosse for a semester.
Can you please explain the wrestling thing to me? I've never understood why anyone would want to do that.
It's just, pure brute force.
But it just looks so unenjoyable.
It's cool to be like, I'm stronger than you, bitch.
But what if you're just like sleepy and you're just like, damn, I don't feel like attacking a man right now.
Nah.
Never.
You got to. Whatever you did was way worse. All the bullshit you had to do, for sure. College volleyball.
But wrestling as a concept, as a sport, it just looks just really unenjoyable. Same with swimming. Like, I did swim team for 1 year because my parents forced me and I hated it so much. But you just like look at all the little boys and they'd be like in Speedos being like, and it's cold and no one wants to go in. And you're just it just seems not fun at all.
Yeah.
That's what in wrestling also.
Well, that's true. I forgot about worrying about how little your dick looks in the singlet. That was a real worry, but you get over that. And then
I forgot that you always talk about your.
I don't always. I don't always,
you
but
love talking about.
I don't
having
love
a little
it.
Dick. That's all you talk about since I've known you.
It's a part of what I think about quite. I mean, I'm over it now, but definitely in high school.
Really? Because I didn't what if this is just a shtick and you really got a hammer on it?
I wish I'm not that kind of a genius. Look, am I maybe underplaying my dick?
Undersell,
over deliver. But we're not over delivering by much.
Right.
I barely don't have the smallest dick of all time. Is kind of how I look at it. Yeah.
Wait, so then the smallest dick of all time?
Okay, mate. Is
that like a micro penis?
I don't have a micro penis.
Oh.
I will put that on the record. But as far as regular cocks go, my shit is just maybe right at average.
Okay, but also
but spiritually, my dick is small. Actually, spiritually, it's pretty big.
No,
but physically, it's small.
It's big.
Yeah.
No, but then I always said this about like really hot people, and I feel like it's probably the same thing with like a huge hog. Mm-hmm. Is that like
take them off so they can see you? Yeah.
You never had to like cultivate any charisma or like anything interesting about you, or
and if you're fucked up looking and have a little dick, imagine how much charisma you'd have to cultivate. enough to be a intellectual comedy giant.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
And the modern philosopher of our times.
Yeah, absolutely. I always think of you as a modern philosopher.
Thank you. Yeah, I might go to grad school. We'll see.
Should.
That would be so awesome.
I think I went once. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, we should bring your unique perspective. You've lived many lives.
I have, yeah.
And so why don't we try and help some of our callers here? And do you have anything you want to plug here at the midway point of the show?
Oh, I thank you very
Please.
much. I do. Yes, I have a new special out called Live from the Big Dog on YouTube, and I would love for you guys to check it out and write some really nice comments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, Kim Glass owns you.
How's your face?
Still recovering?
Yeah.
It's been 15 years,
Yeah. All right, easy.
but sorry to do the math. Sorry to do the math that quick. It's been 6 years.
My face still hurts from last year.
Folks, you know us here at Stavvy's World. We like to
keep it twisted.
Oh, yeah. And there's no better beverage to keep it twisted with than our beautiful friends over at Twisted Tea. Are you a fun hunter? Do you go out on your Sundays and hunt fun? Maybe consider cracking open a delicious Twisted Tea. It's delicious, brewed with real iced tea, 5% alcohol by volume. Take it outdoors, take it indoors, whatever you're doing. Watching the Ravens play. I'm on a sober year, but you better believe the second I can crack a little something, a little naughty twisted beverage, I'm going right to Twisted Tea. We love Twisted Tea here. We love
keep it twisted.
Oh yeah. And if you want to be like us, if you want to keep it twisted just like us, grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today. And remember,
keep it twisted.
All right, Big Eld, play us some calls here.
Hey, Stavvy. All right, I got a question for you. I always trust your advice.
Thank you.
So I'm starting a new relationship. It's only like 3 months in. We have had sex.
Nice.
But I tried to take everything super slow because I have a history of jumping into relationships and like being a love addict. So I'm trying to correct for some past behaviors on my part
And
and
this
not
fucking guy's gotta
start another
pay the
codependent
price.
relationship. Anyway, about like a week ago, my new guy mentioned that he had had sex with his roommate, who's an older woman.
Interesting.
And they had like a sexual relationship for 6 or 7 months over the winter, and they stopped having sex about 2 months before.
Oh,
he
that's
met
fresh,
me.
baby.
That's wild. I mean, this guy's pretty interesting. He's got, first of all, older woman roommate. Just that, if you don't fuck them, is a hilarious dynamic.
This sounds like porn.
It really is porn. It's like, oh, I just got fired. Do you mind if...
Knock, knock.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm renting out my room. Ever since my husband passed, I can't afford the payments myself. I'm so sad and lonely. Just if my tits ever jump out of my dress while I'm washing dishes, just let me know. You know, it's just been me and my husband here. I'm not used to having to cover up. So this is hilarious. But anyway, 2 months, you're right. To live with someone that you stopped having sex
For
with
a long
2
time.
months ago.
And then you
And
still
then-
share a bathroom with.
Yeah, well, who knows? They might got their own in-suite. But
Right,
you know,
right.
who's to say? Probably not. Also, you got the lady you fucked right there while the new girl you're going on a couple dates with ain't doling out pussy. I wonder if his roommate ever got a rapping at the door 1 month into that relationship. But I won't. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't want to make you more paranoid
Pure
than you already are.
speculation.
Pure speculation, not based on any fact. But this
can know?
this is what I'm paid
can
to. This is what
know?
I'm paid to do, is to just really attack it from every angle. Keep going, Eld.
But the weird thing is, amongst other things, is that she like thought they were kind of together. Oh. But she also didn't want anyone to know that they were together or have
this
this kind
is
of
brutal.
sexual
Oh,
been there,
dynamic
pal.
to their roommate.
I hear you,
This
sister.
is wild. This is tough.
Didn't want anyone to know that they were together or have this kind of sexual dynamic to their roommate relationship.
Sure, sacred, the roommate relationship.
Anyway, like, I think she
Sure,
got
Hot
pissed that
Pockets.
he started seeing me. I think the whole thing is super messy.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why he would have sex with his roommate, first of all, and then why
That
he
is
would accept the
perplexing.
kind of
Yeah.
dynamic where she sounds like completely out of it. I don't understand how she could have that perspective. Anywho, what
Well,
do you
I
think?
do see how
Thank you.
she could have that perspective.
Yeah.
They lived together.
They lived together and
had
they had sex for 7 months. I think actually it's actually much harder.
He's like
to
saying
know-
"I love you" as he busts inside her the second time.
And this girl's like, you are so, it's insane. You're the world's worst journalist. You have one source who's directly involved in everything. And you're just taking his word for it. This is so fucked up and weird.
I am laughing right now because I remember when I used to have these conversations about like guys I like, and you'd be like, "What are you talking about?
yeah,
How
yeah.
can you not see that? This is exactly what's happening."
That's what I'm bringing. That's the perspective I bring to this show.
the truth.
The truth, baby.
Brutal.
Like Hieronymus Bosch. I'm always looking for justice
Just
in this
like Bosch.
in this world. I'm sort of the Bosch of call-in advice podcasts.
For everyone or no one.
Everyone counts or no one counts. So yeah, this is really strange and weird, and he's not telling you everything. You're just accepting his side of the story. But from our outside perspective, they had he shouldn't have fucked his roommate. Guess what? He did, and he fucked her for 6 or 7 months over the winter.
That's a long relationship.
And then he says they stopped having sex about 2 months before he met you. That to me sounds like if I were going to lie, and what's the closest time that is acceptable for me to have cut it off, I would probably pick 2 months.
I need to call into this podcast.
I wouldn't. I'm just a little dubious about this whole thing. And you do see, like, it's good that you took it slow. You didn't, like, dive right in. But, like, you can see this is fucking weird. And, yeah, I mean, whatever. You didn't you say she's been dating him 3 months?
For 3
So
months.
this woman had a twice as long relationship. Whatever you want to say, they had a relationship. Whether it was casual, whether it was whatever. I don't know how casual it can be when you fucking live with someone and you fuck them.
There's nothing even slightly casual about that, no matter how hard you try to twist it.
Exactly. It would take two of the world's clearest communicators
Yeah.
with who are on the same exact page for that to be true. And I have a hunch that's not what we have here, right? Like, clearly the woman thought they were together. This guy, I don't trust him. I don't know why you're trusting him implicitly, because I don't know that I don't know that I would take what he's saying as truth necessarily, as the completely unvarnished truth.
Yeah,
So,
sister, I'm on, I have your best interest in my heart right now. But I don't know why you're thinking she's crazy.
yeah.
You're like, I don't know. She sounds out of it. She lives
yes.
with him and they've been fucking forever. Why would she think they're together?
Now,
But I don't know. This doesn't sound like a nice, easeful,
Right.
lovely situation
agree.
for you. I think I would bounce if I were you.
yes. So, and now to play a little devil's advocate here, this woman is also an idiot who fucked her roommate, right? So they're both dumb, right? So
That's why I don't believe in roommates.
just to give credit where credit's due, because you keep fucking them.
I've never had a male roommate.
Smart.
That's why I had to stop living with Stav.
Yeah, Eldest was sucking me off too
Everything was-
sweetly.
God, you guys are obsessed. Work and pleasure, baby.
It's all one fucked up one big trough. Our lives are one big pig's trough,
So
and
you
it's
have a lot
like
of
work,
insight for this
friends.
woman.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. This is wife is calling in.
You guys are very clear communicators.
So yeah, but your point though is a good one, Blair, because she's calling in and talking about she wants to take it slow. She wants to be like intentional about dating now.
Yeah.
And this to me is like a great one of the benefits of you taking it slow and not feeling emotionally entangled with this guy is that you can now see this is fucked up. I'm better off just kind of starting over somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's kind of my read on the situation. It's a little fucking weird.
Unfortunately, I think you are already emotionally involved given that you are making this phone call. But imagine how
not as bad as she could have been,
much
right?
worse it will be in like a year when this man has turned you inside out.
Yep.
I say take the money and run, bitch.
Yep.
Get
Yeah.
out of there.
Get out of there.
Make like Bosch and get out of there.
Well, Bosch sticks around until justice is served.
Whoa.
Let's not play fast and loose with the Bosch mythology, Blair. And I really think you should check out Bosch and
I
also
wanted to
Bosch
plug
Legacy.
Bosch if I could.
Bosch Legacy, season 1 on freebie, season 2 commercial free. All right, play another one, Eldis.
I pray for that girl.
I know.
Hey, Stavvy. Long time, first time. I've been with my girl for about 6 years. Lived in an apartment, moved out from my parents about 2 years ago. Shit's been pretty good, but because of how expensive everything is, we're going to be moving back in with them at the end of this month. My question is, about 2 or 3 years ago, during COVID, or towards the end of COVID, we were going on vacation and we have a dog, so we set up a camera, like a puppy camera, in my bedroom while we were living with my mom and dad at the time.
What? Wherever this is
The camera
going.
wasn't like hidden or anything. It just was like up, on a shelf. That way you could see where the dog was. About 20, 30 minutes after we left to go to the Outer Banks, we checked the camera and we see my mom digging through my girlfriend's shit,
Whoa.
digging through my shit, just being fucking snoopy, dude.
What?
And then on the camera, she sees the camera, immediately, like, freaks out about it, texts us, thinks that we're, like, spying on her, and so we kind of have to go on vacation with this just, like, looming in the back of our mind. We come back from vacation, it never really gets addressed. My girlfriend tries to apologize, which I don't even fucking think she had anything to apologize
No, what
for.
the fuck?
Why is she apologizing?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely not. We agree with you. Your mom is being a fucking dumb bitch.
To apologize for. I think my mom was in the wrong on this one. But she tries to apologize. My mom basically turns it back to her, won't tell her anything. Like, won't even like, acknowledge the situation. Fast forward to now, we're getting ready to move back in. My mom sends this super passive-aggressive text to me and my girlfriend saying that we're going to have to sign a lease. We're going to have a late fee if we don't pay on time.
Wait, they're making
we're going to
you
have
pay
to have
rent?
all guests approved.
Just because she saw your lube in the
our
drawer?
living area.
This is crazy.
What did she see?
I don't know.
What could have been there?
I don't think she saw
I don't
anything.
think it's what she found. I think she just felt like
Got
they were
caught.
spying on her because they didn't trust her or something. When,
that's, first of all, that's crazy.
Look,
Yeah.
everyone is allowed to have Diddy cameras, okay? What's the problem here?
I agree. Unless they're charging you rent, you get to pay for the. If your mom wants to watch you fuck, she can't charge you rent. Okay, this her. I hate his mother so far. I think she's one of the fucking biggest dumbass characters we've had about a call-in show. A nosy, clearly snooping, clearly gets caught, goes on the offensive because she feels guilty. That's what that whole thing about spying. She doesn't fucking actually care. It's like, also, it's their room. Are they living there or are they not living there? They should have their own space. And then this is some fucking European shit, but it's like, charging your fucking kids rent? Are you fucking... That's despicable. Charging your kid... Making your kids sign a lease? What the fuck are we talking about here? So, anyway, let's finish it up. Unless you have anything, but
I feel like this is one of those situations, and maybe you know this, where it's like the boy mom just cannot deal with the the boy, her son, like moving on and having a relationship that she just feels left out?
It could be, but my mom's liked my girlfriends more than me, to be honest with you. So I don't know if that's the case.
These are little sweetie pie.
She is great. That's true. But there's definitely something. There is a toxic version of what you're discussing for sure. That's kind of like the flip side of the mom who competes with her daughter. The like overly protective mom.
I feel like that's what this is like. Like she's just like, I feel abandoned, so I'm gonna make your life with your girlfriend hell.
She could just be a snoopy bitch, though. Is what it. I mean,
but what is she looking for? I wonder.
I know plenty of busybodies like this.
Really?
I know plenty of. I have some friends' moms that are like this for sure. But let's finish this call and then we'll get into it.
To have all guests approved in our living area. And the like little spiteful thing was, she said we can't have any recording devices of any kind.
I mean, this is crazy.
So like, I don't know, like it just like it tripped my girlfriend out, tripped me out. Like our relationship's already rocky because I'm a scumbag piece of shit and did a whole bunch of shitty stuff that we've been working through that. And
okay,
now,
and that's the other part of this. And maybe that's a little bit of the missing context. Maybe that's a little bit of the missing context
but we do love a self-working.
Yeah. Maybe, the camera. I mean, the camera is annoying. And if you're a scumbag, is your girlfriend a scumbag? And is your mom just kind of... And it's like, they're making us sign a lease. They said they're going to call. They said if they find the appliances ripped out of the wall and pawned, they're going to make us pay for it. We're not allowed to have any crack in the house.
God, my mom's a bitch.
My mom's being a fucking bitch. Okay, so that's an interesting piece. Let's see if he has any more interesting details for us.
My girlfriend out, tripped me out. Like our relationship's already rocky because I'm a scumbag piece of shit and did a whole bunch of shitty stuff that we've been working through that. And now like moving back in with my parents, a 6-year relationship. It feels like this is just like a fucking death knell. Waiting to happen. Well, what should we do? Should we find somewhere else to fucking live? Like, even though we've already built furniture down in the area that we're going to be living and like move stuff over there, or should we just like we're getting a really good deal on the price? Should we just fucking bite the bullet and try to stack money? I really don't know what to do. My family's crazy. Thank you, love you. Bye.
Get out of there, scummy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way this is going to work if you're at your parents' house. I mean, the odds of this relationship surviving in general, low. Very low. But it ain't gonna, and like, dude, if it means having to work in a couple extra shifts for you to make up for fingering someone at a tattoo parlor or whatever the fuck you did, like, you can't. This is a bad setup. This is a horrible setup. And we don't even know all of it, so we don't have all the information, but there's clearly so much fucking shit going on here. And if you feel uncomfortable in your home, it's like, especially when it's a parent dynamic, like you're better off living somewhere shittier for the same money and like feeling like you're an adult with some autonomy than you are. And it would be much different if your family was supportive, right? Like then it sounds like maybe you could use that. You could use a little but that's not the case. That's not the hand you were dealt. And I think somebody going through your shit and then turning it on you is crazy. And I'm sure you probably did something fucked up that your mom was able to like leverage to get out of trouble or whatever. I'm unclear if by hearing it more, it sounds like the scumbag shit happened in his relationship, not necessarily to him and his parents.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then you just need to fucking make this right for your girl. Like, if you're already fucking, like, convincing somebody to move in with their parents because it's too expensive and you're a fucking piece of shit is like, I don't know, man. That's a lot. That's a lot to fucking.
This girl's life sounds like American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, for real. And like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with her. Her life must be even worse than yours. Or she's a really nice person. I don't know. 6 years is a lot.
That's so long. I'm also wondering how long. I have like. I'm like, is this guy like 39 or 22?
True.
I'm like, the age matters so
you're
much
right.
here.
I mean, if they've been together 6 years, he's probably at least, at least
mid-20s or whatever.
Mid-20s at the earliest, right?
It's the thing, like, everything he's saying about his mom, like, he's right, and she is annoying and being, like, out of line. But it's like, at a certain point, you're like, an adult man who's like, my mom's being unfair. When you're like, when you're the one trying to like live in her home.
Right, that's true.
And it's like,
get out of there, bud.
Yeah. You just
That's
like,
a good point, Aldous.
It's like, that's the reason you want to move out of your childhood home and not live with your fucking parents.
Yeah.
Even when you're an adult, parents are fucking annoying.
Of
and
course.
you can like,
Mom, stop telling me what to do.
And you regress too. You regress.
You regress in like a couple of weeks and just feel like a teenager again. Like no matter what age you are. So that's why you pay to like move the fuck out and just.
And by the way, getting a good price. This is again gringo shit right here, brother. The only way I would consider this is if you didn't have to pay them rent. Like that's. I'm again. I mean, this is some fucking old world shit, but it's like I can't believe someone's charging their kid rent unless, again, he's like stolen from them and they're trying to teach him responsibility. But anyway, this does not feel like something that can work if you stay at your house. Now, if the relationship goes tits up and you want to stay home and regress and save money personally, that's one thing. But I don't think you can subject your girlfriend through this, especially if you've done some other shit.
I think you should put cameras all around the house and see what happens.
Yeah, you should get, honestly, that would be funny.
You should Truman Show this shit. I think Double Down could be a good idea.
Yeah, and by the way, you weren't trying to hide them. They make really easy to hide cameras now.
Yeah, take the money for rent and just spend it on a new set of cameras. I think you should. I think get creative. I think really put them everywhere. Get a whole control room.
You should move out and put the cameras in.
That's even better.
And that way you can watch and
make your mom the subject of like a Big Brother type YouTube
send your
stream
mom
without her consent.
Yep.
Say Venmo me, bitch, or this is going on Twitter right now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of YouTube, Mom?
Ever heard of it? Well, you're going to be all fucking over it, calling your friend Diane a bitch. And she's going to tell everybody else. All right, Eldest, what else?
Guys, I have to pee so bad. Do you care if I pee really fast?
You can go pee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, ow, it hurts.
You can take a pee break.
Ow. Ow.
Stavvy's World is a podcast where both the host and the listeners have a problem getting their dick hard sometimes. And that's why we have partnered with our friends at Hims to make sure your prick is stiff as a fresh cut 2x4 of prime pine. Okay? It's stressful. You're out and about. You don't know what's going to happen. Get a little Hims in your system. Your dick will be so nice. So nice. Ain't nobody gonna be complaining about your shit being soft. You got a fucking Hims in your system, baby. And we know you're busy. You don't want to go to the fucking doctor and sit in line with a soft ass dick. You want to fucking... You want to do that shit online. You want to do that shit online and get the doctor to say, do it safe, be honest, because then these doctors, they know what's good for you. You can get personalized ED treatment. That's what I do. I'm a Hims customer, folks. I'm not just selling you this because I don't believe it. I believe in the product. I've had many, many powerful erections as a result of the wonderful...
Yeah, Stav, just answer a series of questions on their site. The medical provider will provide you with options.
Wow, that's incredible. You need to start your free online visit today at hims.com/Stavvy. That's HIMS.com/Stavvy for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/Stavvy. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey, Stav, eldest, and guest. Feel free to play this on the Patreon if it's worth your time. My question is kind of dumb in general, but how do you deal with getting older? I'm 28, and I feel like it's a good age because I'm not young and stupid anymore. I've made a lot of my youthful mistakes, and I've still got potential and like room to grow. But I'm also not able to be young and stupid anymore. So, like, I'll never be a 22-year-old student again burning the midnight oil. I'll never be 19 making out with everyone at the club.
Or was she
and
when I was 19?
Feel like I didn't get into enough shenanigans or troubles when I was. Like, I feel like I've just played it too safe and been too boring. And I feel like life is moving too fast now, and it's getting away from me. I have boxes to check off, and I've checked off a lot already. So I've got a mortgage, I've got a fiance, pets, a job, and friends, but I feel like I've wasted potential and I could be doing better or having more fun.
Get on that pole, bitch.
Basically, I just want a life I can tell stories about, and I guess I'm just scared of letting life pass me by and realizing that eventually I'll have more mediocre memories than future left in me.
Oh my God.
So how do you grapple with that and make sure you're living life well enough that you can say goodbye to your 20s without being sad about it? Thanks.
I mean, this is age old. Everybody goes through this, right?
Yeah.
I definitely have been thinking about. I mean, I'm older than this. I'm older. Blair just graduated college.
I just graduated.
She just got spiked in the face.
So it's hard for me to relate, but
she just got spiked in the face by what was her name? Eldest.
we forgot.
Eldest.
Kelly something.
Kelly Glass.
Yeah, totally. Kelly.
Whatever.
Kim Glass.
Kim Glass.
Eldest.
But I mean, I legit have been struggling with these thoughts. I'm 35, so you're a baby. You got 7 prime youth years. But there is a moment where you just have to realize there is no more when I grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's very powerful. Potential is one of the best things in the world.
Right.
Because it's all, you don't have to do shit. It's just all these limitless fucking possibilities.
Yeah,
right?
You're just like, oh my God, there's so many things that could happen.
Could be anything.
So many different ways past to go.
Yeah. And I guess that's theoretical, but that's not even true. You can't be all those things. You can, you kind of, realistically, you have to narrow it down to some extent. And also there's realizing like, all right, there's no more when I grow up. Time is finite, right? Like we just all have to make that switch over from I'm going to live forever to, well, I am going to die. Like, and it's not going to be tomorrow, but you feel that realization and it's depressing. And you're in stage 1 of that, right? You're in stage 1 of like, oh, I'm not immortal anymore, which is how you feel when you're 20, whatever, right?
But I feel like you have everything, it sounds like, that everybody wants. So I'm wondering, are you depressed, or do we just need like a new hobby or like something to shake things up? Because it sounds like on paper, like you said, you got everything going pretty well.
Yeah, and I also think it's pretty. There is like some human nature to the grass is always greener shit. Like,
yes.
I feel like in some ways I've way surpassed what I thought was possible in my life, right? Like truly. But and it's like crazy. But then it's like none of that stuff matters if I also feel like I'm really behind on the like
Me too.
on the family side of things, on the like, and not just the, like starting my own family, but like I don't have that many close relationships day to day, or I didn't, because I was just too busy working. And it's like there's just trade-offs in everything. And what you're going through is normal. That's an important thing to realize. Everybody has that thought. And a thing that's kind of freeing to me as I get older is like nobody feels the age they are.
Yes.
Everyone if you're 28, you're like, how can I be 28? I'm 25.
I was just talking to Rosebud about this before I left, and I was like, I just wish I had more time. And she's like, you're so young.
And everyone thinks that if they're 70, they're like, I feel 60. If you're 35, I feel like I'm in my, early 30s. Like, no one believes that they're old. No, this is the traditional human experience, I think. And it's also important to realize, like, some of those feelings are fleeting, right? The feeling of being like, I haven't had a crazy enough life. It's like, whatever. Like, that sounds cool. Being like going out to, having an all-nighter and going on a bender sounds fun. But it's like, you do it and you're like, my body hurts.
Yeah.
This isn't as good as it used to be. I remember one time me and my friend went to Greece. We had a specific Greek trip when we were like 20. And we had a blast. We went to like an island. We were like, oh, this was so sick. We were just like getting drunk all night, and it was awesome. And then like 6 years later, we kind of went back. We were like, dude, that place was so fun. Let's go back.
Yeah.
And you go back and you're like, oh, it was fun when we were 20.
Yeah.
It's all 19 and to 23.
Yes.
Now we feel old. Like
100%.
part of life just keeps moving, right? And you can't go back. And some things you didn't do as well as much as you wanted. Some things you did better than you thought, right? Everything's a fucking trade-off. Maybe you'd make out with as many strangers in a club as you'd like, but you have other stuff that's better.
I'm a big action guy, so I feel like if you're having these feelings enough that you're calling in the show, like, why not just make a list of 10 things you want to do and just do it? Like, okay, I want to go do mushrooms like for a night with my friends and my fiance. I want to skydive. I want to go to Big Sur. I want to go, and just like shake it up.
Fucking California over here. Even her fucking her outlandish dreams are doing mushrooms and going to Big Sur, man.
I was thinking about her. I was thinking about this very young woman with a mortgage.
Getting a Cali style burrito.
Go shred some nice lefts. I feel like that would really help you out.
But no, you are right in that, like, you have a lot of good shit going for you. And what you said earlier to our caller, that you've made some of those mistakes. You're not young and dumb anymore. And you're right. You're just not as young. That's over. You just have to mourn whatever's gone, but also realize you have such an opportunity. You are young, but it is important. You could fast forward 10 years and your fears could be realized, right? You could just go through life and just go through the motions. So I think what Blair said is very important. What are the things that could spice it up for you? Like, like going on traveling to whether it's California or somewhere else, like going on a trip, having these experiences. I think you went to Albania, I went to Greece, we met up, we went to my cousin's wedding, we went on that boat. Like,
that sounds like a movie.
We really had that was an insane trip. That was like a super fun trip. And, you have to decide what you want. Like, when there's family stuff going on, for me, it's like, I want to be able to work. I want to organize my life in a way that I can work really hard, but then I can also take time off and be there and like not miss important family milestones, right? And I think for you, you're just settling into like kind of more or less a general rhythm of your life. That's also the scary thing. When you go from college age and early 20s to 28,
it's such
fiance,
a big difference.
mortgage, you do, here's something that is both scary and kind of liberating. You kind of know what your life is going to look like for the next 10 years. And that's the first time you can ever say that at 28, right? And that is a little scary. That does make you feel both old and accomplished and also just old, right?
Yeah.
But how are you going to disrupt that, use the stability that brings you as a positive, and make sure you break up the monotony that's the negative as much as possible? And I think if you do that, you're in a great position. Sounds like you've accomplished a lot of stuff, and like you can get a lot more firsts, and a lot more things where you feel kind of like you're telling stories and doing stuff. Like, you can do that. Use the stability of your life as like a positive, break up the monotony of it, and just like, but it will take a little work. The way you can just kind of live life in your teens and something crazy happens, that's over because you have fucking responsibilities now. So yeah, you might have to plan a fucking sick European vacation, but guess what? You get to go on it too.
Yeah, you can do that.
And now you have the money to do it, right?
I think there's a natural ennui that sometimes happens with stability. And if you didn't have a crazy, because it seems like you accomplished a lot of like these life markers pretty young. Mortgage, fiance, pets, like good job, all this stuff. And if you didn't feel like you got to be wild when you were younger, like now you have the means to do the things that you want to do. And also life is short. Like you have to think, I had a therapist say once, like your happiness is your own responsibility, which seems weighty, but it's like you have to figure out what makes you happy and do it because life is short.
Yeah. So there you go, little buddy.
Little buddy.
We're rooting for you.
We just some modern philosophy.
That's it. I am a philosopher. I'm such a good philosopher. Even those around me become smarter just by proxy.
Totally. I just got so much smarter.
Yeah, you're going to have a headache. You're going to leave the studio. You're going to be like,
what?
I just did all my thinking for 2 weeks.
My brain just got so much bigger.
Someone get me an Al Pastor taco quick.
God, I fucking love an Al Pastor taco. I can put down 7 without even
they're
blinking.
So good.
I love Al Pastor.
All right, Eldest, what do we got?
Hi, Stavvy. So I'm having this problem right now where I've kind of been taught to use witchcraft.
Oh, yes, here we go, bitch.
And it was fine, like just tarot cards and shit like that. Like,
wow, dude, you should have put this in the cheek zone.
so I'm having this problem right now where I've kind of been taught to use witchcraft since I was little, and it was fine, like just tarot cards and shit like that, like normal, nothing unusual. Awesome. I'm like, okay, this is probably fake. But then when I started dating people, if someone really fucked me over, my mom would like ask for an article of their clothing and then hex them, and then usually something really bad would happen, like this one guy tore his groin skiing the next day. Another guy, like, crashed his Pontiac.
She made him crash his Pontiac?
So then I kind of forgot about it, went to college, did it to this guy that cheated on me. He got scabies the next day, which was crazy, resurrected like some 1800 shit.
Scabies?
And then the only other time I've personally hexed anyone was my ex-boyfriend, and the next day there were hundreds, like I'm talking hundreds, possibly even thousands of dead bees,
this
like
so cool,
all over the basement
wild.
where I did the hex. It was actually insane. There were eyewitnesses to this. I swear on my life. It was crazy. Craziest thing that's ever happened. So the problem I'm having now is I don't know if I should like be a good witch or a bad witch because I think I could be a bad witch for good. And my issue right now is my best friend has a roommate who's really, really, like, shitty to him. And I want to hex the roommate, and I have one of his socks. But I'm afraid something really bad's going to happen to him. And I'm trying to be a force for, like, positivity in the world. But also, if I'm just re-delivering people's karma to them, is that not making the world a better place?
Right, there was an episode of My Name is Earl about this.
There's actually, it's funny that you bring this up. There's an episode of Bosch that was right.
No, Bosch does not deal with the occult. Bosch, it's all just good detective work and just gumption that gets Bosch to solve his cases.
Wow, I love that you are being sought out for this ethical dilemma from 1729.
Yeah, I mean this is crazy, obviously, and this is insane that you're saying this. Okay, here's my question: if you really think this is real, right? You can't get a little bit of like a deeper education in it. Like it's all like you just do the hex. And then you just don't know the level of... Because, like, you know, if the roommate gets, like I said, food poisoning or something, like really bad food poisoning, that's one thing. But if they fucking get their leg amputated...
Pontiac.
Yeah, if the Pontiac, it's like, how shitty is this roommate being? I think if you have these...
You need to educate. You need to get to platform 9 3/4 quick.
Yeah, you really
before
do.
somebody gets hurt.
She probably hates that. She's like, it's not like that. It's not. That's how Hollywood says it is. No one's British. What the fuck? So
here's
can you do what's a positive spell? Does that exist?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how confident are you that you're in control of these powers and it's not just a coincidence? And the way to try would be like, okay, what if you have someone's article of clothing and have you ever tried like a positive thing, had something good happen to a person who needs some good karma redelivered to them? Because if it's all just bad stuff,
right,
it's like, how are you doing the hexes? How deliberate is it?
Yeah, did your mom cut the brake line?
Dexter of witches.
True.
But I also, and this is my take, and we have discussed this a lot.
Please.
But I don't think that revenge is ever the answer. I think because in my personal opinion, it just comes back to you harder.
Right.
Like, I don't think.
What if there's an even more talented witch that hexes you?
Yeah, there's even more fucking bees.
Yeah.
No, I personally don't think, and I get that. I get that impulse because I'm very protective of my loved ones, like loyalty to the death. But I don't think that you should be doing any harm. They do no harm.
Sure.
It's like the Hippocratic oath.
Well, she's not a doctor.
Right. But in the 1700s,
that's true.
They were the only doctors.
That is true. You could only get treated by a witch.
But they didn't want women to have any way of making money, so they had to hang them all.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So I would say, I would honestly flip this, right? Do a couple positive spells. Let's see how that works. Can you fucking cast an orb of protection around your friend against the roommate? Can you make their life better?
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? Why is it only hexes? I'm
kill them with kindness, but don't really kill them since that seems to be a concern.
And it's like, if you really want to try, like, how can we get her somebody really evil's socks?
Yeah, or you know what? And it sounds like you don't have much control over this, which to Stav's point, like maybe we could look into some education or something. But maybe you could make your magic have sort of a mischievous turn, so it's more fun and silly versus sinister.
Right.
You know, maybe you could just like all of a sudden, I don't know, someone gets like wings for a day or something.
Wings.
And they're like, what the fuck are these wings?
I think that's too powerful. She doesn't have wing magic.
Oh, all right. Okay, fair.
You know, like, that'd be cool as fuck if she was like, somebody got wings. But I like what you're thinking.
I got really carried away because I love witches and magic.
Sure. Well, what if it's something like every time they fucking, they hiccup, a little bubble comes out?
Yeah, or their voice starts you make them talk like a helium balloon, you know?
Yep. That's good.
I think that would be really cool.
How about this? Or it looks like they're wearing lip gloss, but they don't see it. And everyone who asks them, they're like, "Hey, are you wearing lip gloss?" They're like, "No."
I'm not fucking wearing lip gloss.
Why does everybody keep fucking asking me that? That's kind of funny.
That's funny.
You know?
Now we're getting somewhere.
We're cooking. We're starting to cook stuff up.
Make them step in some dog poop or something.
There you go.
They're out and about.
Classic.
Let's go. That's a good
dog
one.
Shit. Classic.
Oh, make their shoelaces tie together. Cartoon style.
Yep. A bird shits on them 3 times in one day.
Yeah.
Because even 2, you could be like, well, that's weird, bad
crazy.
luck. But 3, you're like, you start going crazy.
You're
if
like,
that happens to you 3
someone's
times.
out to get me. I did something bad. This is my retribution.
Yep.
I had actually, when I was I was doing like Rooster Teeth Feathers or something, and I was in the hotel, and it was actually a cute hotel, but someone, like, every morning, the maintenance people would bring a leaf blower in the hallway, in the hallway outside the door, and I was like, oh no, this is specific to me.
Yeah,
this is my
That's
is
insanity.
My deepest.
What time?
Like early.
Brutal.
And I would be like, oh, this is my number one thing that someone could do to me.
To drive me insane.
To make me, like, this is my Guantanamo Bay, you know? And I was like, oh, I had that thought. I was like, this is a specific karmic retribution.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, maybe you are a bad person.
Maybe.
Next question, Eldest. Good luck out there, witch.
Good luck, witch.
can you cast a 2-inch growth spell? You know what I'm saying? I'm not greedy. Just give me 2 extra inches. That's all I need.
I would also love a pair of fake cans with no breast implant illness.
That'd be
if
cool.
possible.
Yeah. Just now that's a power, making tits big. If that's true,
Use your powers for good, babe.
If that's true, I'm going to wizard school.
I would love to go to wizard school.
I'm just making big cans all across America. Like fucking Doctor Strange. I'm making tits juicy all across the USA.
This is
All right, that's good. That's very interesting.
Very interesting.
That
was incredible.
I'd love to tell. I could feel it. Hold on, let's see. Can I make your tits big? Anything? Nothing?
Anything?
I'm pretty tired. I'll wake up tomorrow, leave an article of your clothing. I'll try. Leave your socks. I'll try. And your feet get huge.
Huge feet would be devastating. You know?
The Peggy Hill feet? Yeah.
Clown. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's tough.
Feels like you're wearing a couple fins, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course.
When you go body surfing?
Yeah, you couldn't have that. Well, that would save you fin money, though. That would save you money on surfing footwear. The holidays are such an amazing time, folks. You know, you want to spend it with your loved ones. I'm here in Baltimore spending it with my loved ones. And it's also a gift-giving time. And what do you want to give people? Something they use every day. Something that's high quality, something that's of value. Good news. Raycon's everyday earbuds checks all of those fucking boxes. We're talking high quality. They got tens of thousands of 5-star reviews online, 32-hour battery life, incredible active noise cancellation, come in a ton of different colors, and they start at half the price of other premium audio brands without any kind of drop off in quality whatsoever. You want to look sick, bro? Get some of their Blush Violet. I'm a purple guy. I got some Blush Violet earbuds. I pop them in. I'm a traveler. You know, I'm always on the road, pop those in, take a little nap, no problem with the noise cancellation. You're looking fresh. They got the Jolly Rancher. That's a cool color they have. Don't take my word for it. Go to the site. Get your loved ones some earbuds. Great value, great quality. You're going to love Raycon. I love them. I pop them in, whether I'm at the gym, I'm hanging around, I'm going for a nice stroll. You know I'm power walking. I got my Raycons in. Save big for the holidays and get up to 25% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Stavvy. That's right, you'll get up to 25% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/Stavvy. Buyraycon.com/Stavvy. What do we got, Eldest?
Hey, Stavvy. Hope you're doing well. Long-time fan.
Thank you, my friend.
Hope you are kicking it as always. And Eldest is there, and esteemed guest. Hello. I hope you are also doing well.
Thank you.
I wanted to reach out and get some advice from you, basically relating to dating, as per the usual. I am recently sober. First time I've been sober for this long in quite a while. I am just about at a month now. So I have been adjusting to sober life, and I've been doing pretty well about it. I'm able to like go to bars and concerts and stuff and still have a good time.
Damn, dude, in a month?
Just without drinking.
This man has such a good fucking social life.
My biggest issue is that I don't want to look like a creep when I match with people online, and then they're like, oh, you don't want to drink, but we're going to meet up for drinks. And, you know, the implication there not being very good. Basically, I've just been like getting asked like, hey, let's go out for drinks, just like catch up or meet up or whatever at a bar. And I have to say like, hey, you know, I don't really drink, but like, you're welcome to still do it. And it's like, that comes off as kind of weird. There's someone who, you know, for instance, had matched with me and they were like, let's meet up for drinks. And I was like, hey, just so you know, I don't really drink, but we can still meet up at a bar or something. And they were like, and this is like 10 o'clock at night, so nothing else was open. And they were like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then they like later told me that they were concerned about their safety, which like they're still talking to me. I don't know what that's about. That might just be an individual thing, but
It's just your vibe.
give me some advice, Stav. How do I not come off as a creep just because I'm sober? What do I tell women on the first date? You know, when do I tell them that I'm sober? What do I do? Thanks a lot, Stav. I appreciate you and your guest and your Albanian. Thanks a lot.
sweet.
And if you could make mine the twisted question of the week, I would appreciate
Relax.
it. Thanks a lot. Bye.
It's not. First of all, it's not that twisted. So okay, I have some. I mean, I think a lot of this is in our friend's head here. I think
It's all in.
I think it's all in your head. I
Yeah.
think like one person being like concerned about, like I do know there is a general thing where it is a little weird in that it's a difference from the norm. But if any person with fucking half a brain in their head thinks about it for a second, they'll be like, oh, he's sober. He can have a fucking tonic water while I have a fucking beer and it's no big deal.
Yeah, like when I go on first dates, at my age now, usually because they're trying to be nice, they'll like
Right.
ask to go to dinner.
Right.
And I'm like, but we don't know each other. And
be
dinner's
horrible,
too big of a
yes.
commitment. So
Absolutely.
I say, let's get a drink. And sometimes like I don't really drink very much anymore. So like I just have like one drink or whatever. And a lot of times guys will be like, I don't drink, but it's just like it's not about the drink. They can
It's
just
not
have
about
a
the
seltzer
drink.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
It's just like a casual nighttime
Yeah.
thing. But I don't think anything of it if a guy says they're sober.
No.
But maybe
But
'cause
also
we're
we know a lot of
comedians, and
comics.
so, like,
A
everyone
lot of people in
is
our
sober
lives. Yeah. I
now.
mean, everyone gets sober that does comedy one way or another.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember doing this when I went.
I was just going to
sober,
ask
when I
because you
was,
had a
like-
sober year,
Yeah.
and you were an active bachelor on the scene.
Yeah, and I was like, it wasn't even like old. It was like when I was like 27, you know. And you think,
Damn, that was that long ago.
when was that? Yeah, it must have been like
It's crazy.
7 years ago, 27 or 28. But
Oh my god, this is like all we do now.
That's the fucked up thing of literally having Eldest in my life since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Is that we have memories that are decades old.
Yeah.
And what he's described, his sober year, I guess I'm realizing it. You literally met your wife.
Yeah.
Your first date was during that, so it must have been a while ago.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
my head, I'm like, oh yeah, Eldest's sober year. What was that? Like 3-4 years ago? What was that? Right before the pandemic? And it's like, no, that was not 8-7 years ago.
I can't believe it's that long ago.
Yeah.
either.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, I did it, and it was honestly like super easy. Like people were like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he needs to think of it as like, you know, it's not just for them; it's like a screening process for you, so
Yes.
you don't like go and waste your time. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
you know, you can go to a bar and just have a drink, and then like you don't want to like freak someone out by springing this on them without like their any prior knowledge. And if they do think it's weird, they can just like be like, I don't know, not for me, and just like, you know.
For sure.
So you don't waste your time too. But
Yeah, totally.
That's a
They're
great point.
Not judging you, accepting you for who you are.
Yeah, imagine a woman being like, you don't fucking drink, pussy. You're like, all right, well, I'll see you later. Honestly, you are
I'm
probably
gonna
looking.
give you a swirly now.
I mean, any woman who would think you're a bitch for not drinking, probably pretty good pussy, to be honest. She's probably insane. She probably fucks good, but your life would be worse off for having her in it. So yes, it's a good screening process. And truly, put yourself in, flip the situation. If a woman was like, hey, I'm newly sober, I don't really drink, I'm just going to get a Sprite, would you be like, fuck? No, you wouldn't give a fuck. You'd be like, what? But it's gonna be harder to fuck you now. But if you're drunk, you might fuck me.
It sounds like some girl freaked him out, like saying something about safety, and it's like. Also, maybe because the first date was like spur of the moment, 10 p.m. I think if you're asking someone to go on like a 7 p.m. drink at like a nice
For
bar,
sure.
no one's going to say anything.
No.
They're not going to be afraid of you because you're not fucking blasted.
Yeah. Also, it's like what you want the guy
Wasted? Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. That lady's fucking dumb, but yeah, dude, you're fine. You're a little in your head. It's a month in. We've all been there where it's like we're so much more self-conscious about something.
Yeah.
Than like I even sort of like I'm taking a sober year, and the first couple months I felt kind of weird just even doing social stuff and like, you know, whatever, but It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this person's actually boring.
I'm like, oh, this sucks. That's legit. I'm like, I'm not stoned as fuck. I'm not high. I'm not drunk. What do you got, Elvis? Something nice to go out on?
You sound like an angel. Good luck. You're doing great.
Good luck, little buddy. He's probably relapsed by now. But if you haven't, stick to it. And even if you have, get back on the horse or off it. I don't really understand which way that works.
What's up, Stav? What's up, Eldis? What's up, if there's a guest? How you doing, guest?
Hello,
Hope everything's
Angel.
going well. Love the show. Been listening for a long time.
Thank you, dude.
I have a question. I don't think you'll get to it in the time that I need it, but I figured I'd ask anyway for the benefit
Good.
of all the
It's
listeners.
like plant a tree even when you're 60. You know what I mean? Future generations will sit in the shade of this question. Go ahead, Eldis.
At what point in a relationship or like a situationship do you think, like if you want to break up with someone, at what point do you like owe them the in-person for a breakup? You know, like
I've been with them
like, at
6
what point
years.
Can you no longer, like if it's text, no longer acceptable? Is it a matter of time you've been with this person? Is it like a milestone thing, like you fucked versus you haven't fucked, like you met her family, now you owe her an in-person?
Family.
Like, I just
Situationship.
want
You
He
meet
really wants to dust this bitch on text.
He's like, what? You
He's
buy
like,
a.
give me the kid, give me the go, give me the green light, please.
And she's only had one abortion, and that was just a week or two ago.
How long after? Okay.
go through the whole like in-person song and dance. I don't feel like this current situationship that I want to end really warrants all that. But also, I'm a pussy. I don't really feel like looking someone in the eye.
That's what it
breaking
is.
Their heart.
Breaking their heart. Let's relax.
So I'm looking for an out here. Help me out, Stock. I should just go text her, like, where's the barrier?
Okay, so I mean, break her heart's hilarious. That's number one. Couple things going on here. You won't even tell us what's going. For sure, you need to see her in person because you won't tell us, and you're just hoping. Like, why didn't you tell us your situation so we could fucking judge it? I mean, it really is a case by case basis, right? Like, if you could say it's length of time, but let's say you're hooking up with somebody and you see them like once a month.
Yeah, versus like every night.
You know what I mean? Like it really just depends on the situation. Like I certainly have like just seen people over a weirdly long period of time, but we've maybe like met up like 6 times over like a year and a half, or you know what I mean, or something like that.
Met up means
you know what I mean, like went out, whatever, just sucked each other off, whatever it is. But like, so it just depends on each specific circumstance. Like the fact that you even threw out met their family is so insane, because that's not what that is a relationship. Like there's no oh yeah, hey mom, this is the girl I fuck every 6 weeks. My mom's not meeting those people. Your parents shouldn't meet those people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it really just is a case by case. You fully are a coward. I can hear it in your voice. And you don't want to, you just want to be able to kind of weasel your way out. Now,
he's already got the text in the drafts.
yeah, absolutely.
He's just waiting for the signal to press go.
For sure. But it also depends on the like how serious it was, or have you had any conversations? Like if you at the start of it were like, hey, I'm not looking for something serious, like, you know, I like, yeah, we have fun together. If that doesn't work for you, I totally get it. And if they say yes, don't worry, that works for me. You could probably text your way out of that because they know the rules of engagement, right?
And like everyone's on the same page and like gauging and communicating the whole way. What happens in those situationships is when people don't do that, and then they're doing all relationship stuff, but someone like can't commit, even though they're like treating that person like a full partner.
And listen, if you can't commit, that's fine. But if that's what you're doing, then yes, you should break up with them in person.
Yeah.
You know, then you've treated it like a relationship. You have to get out of it like a relationship. So that's our general rule of thumb. We don't know your specifics. Again, I am guessing fully you've probably like spent the night at her house 4 times in a row or something insane. You've probably gone on a vacation with her.
You guys share a bank account.
Yeah, I mean, you know, some of our real estate holdings are together, but I can have the money guy figure that out, and I can just text her.
Fine, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that's the general rule of thumb. Even though it's really just case by case, brother. And I'm willing to bet, because you wouldn't describe your situation, you definitely need to break up in person. And by the way, you should work on being a coward. You should work on, you said it yourself, I'm a pussy, I don't want to see someone, I don't want to look someone in the eyes. It's like, that's part of life, man. Doing shit that sucks is important for you too. This isn't really who we should worry about treating the people you date with respect, and that's important, but also just as a human being, having a hard conversation. Every time I've had one of those where I don't feel like it, I would pay $10,000 to get out of like an annoying conversation, whether that's with a relationship, a family member, a work thing, whatever it is. After I've had something that I wasn't looking forward to, I honestly do feel like I level up every time. I feel accomplished for having done that. And the next one will once you've done something hard, that's not hard anymore. The next one's easier.
Yeah, and treating people like that, I believe, comes back to you. And also, like, all that discomfort in the avoidance, I feel, compounds the other way, too.
Yeah.
I mean, and it just ends up making things so much worse than when you have a difficult conversation with dignity.
Yeah.
Versus just, like, leaving someone in the dark, like, confused and just frustrated to death.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't text you for 7 months. But yeah, it's over. But anyway, good luck, dude. Maybe we read you wrong, and you can just text her out of it, but I doubt it. Anyway, that's the show for this week. Blair, thank you so much for being on the pod.
It was so fun.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
Check out Blair. Watch your special.
Yeah.
See Let's Start a Cult if it's near you. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Love ya.